April was incredibly sweet. Everybody who ever talks about her always mentions her smile, because she just had this huge smile that drug you in, and it was like getting a big hug when she smiled at you. And I think her best quality was being a mom. She loved Bryce more than anything in the world. And the minute he was born, her life was all about him. And everything in her life was Bryce when he was born. So I would just say a great mom, a good friend to her friends, and incredibly kind.
Bryce was quiet, but very passionate about things that he enjoyed. He loved the band. He loved playing the trombone. That really brought out his something that he was passionate about, and he loved to fish. He loved the outdoors. Once he opened up to you and got to know you, he was just a joy. I can tell you that the first time April came to our house in distress, they had a fight and he had threatened to kill her. And she came running in the house, and I immediately said, "Hey, calm down. It's okay. You're safe now. We're going to call the police and everything's going to be okay." I had faith that the system was going to protect her and that I could protect her. And that didn't happen.
There were so many spots along the way before they died where intervention could have happened. It could have happened with law enforcement on several different occasions, with our local women's shelter, and then, of course, as a family, we feel the burden of not intervening more.
We had a very good response from law enforcement. Our Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department is a fabulous group of guys. Our interaction with them was prompt and professional. I have nothing but great things to say about the way they responded throughout the whole scenario, and especially at the day of Bryce and April's death. They jumped on protecting our family and kept me informed. They were great. The issue that I see is not with the law enforcement itself, but it's the system and how the communication between law enforcement and the DA's office and defending attorneys. The system is not designed to protect women, in my opinion. So it seems to me that once someone comes forward with an allegation of domestic violence, there's a tendency to downplay that, to try to make things a little bit less serious than they are. We tend to want to think the best of people and think, well, he really didn't mean it, or this wasn't that big a deal. Once we want to get an order of protection, that process is labored, and without going through the process of a trial, it's almost impossible to get a meaningful restraining order that the police officers can actually act on. And without that, it's just a piece of paper that can't be substantiated. So, I think we need to get people together. I think the DA, a defense attorney, law enforcement, we need to sit down and say, what part of this process can we improve, whether that's through legislation or whether that's through agreements. Something's got to do better for our people. So here's what I want to tell victims and family members. Number one is don't underestimate an abuser. We never saw the capability in that person. So don't underestimate. Don't think that it's okay for right now. We're just going to talk some things out. He's not in a mean mood. We can talk today. Don't assume that the system is going to protect you. You have to take steps. When you're advised to go somewhere safe, go somewhere safe. Regardless of how serious you think the threat is, don't take chances. Go somewhere safe. Stay there. Missing school for a child for a few days is a no big deal. as opposed to a lifetime.